This is an Indonesian action flick and it is all about one character. There is other ones there, but they meet their bloody demise all the way through the movie. This is about Ito, who is a gangland enforcer. He works for the Triads. He's part of a 6-man team that goes out and does some extremely deplorable things. They go out and just decimate this village at the start of the movie. But Ito somehow on this mission has developed a conscience of sorts, and when they're about to shoot a young girl, he decides that it's probably a step too far and he saves her and returns back to his hometown, knowing full well that the Triad are going to be out in force to get their pound of flesh from him, from his betrayal and for killing 5 of their best enforcers. When Ito gets back to his hometown, he reconnects with an old gang that he used to have that run this part of town, and together they decide to make a stand against the Triad and make sure that this girl survives. It's a simple plot, and sometimes you're just grateful that they don't try to convolute things too much with other plot points. There is one more aspect. There is another member of this gang who is working for the Triads as well, who has been tasked with going and killing Ito, one-time friend of his. This guy is played by Iko Uwais, the man from the Raid movies. And that's about as much story as the movie has. You know how it's going to end from the way it begins, but it's the travel from A to B, how we get there, what happens in between. And what happens in between is a buttload of action set pieces, a huge amount of blood and carnage, and untold terrors are done to the human body in this movie. And it is glorious, it is delightful. The sheer reverence of what they go with gusto into these fight scenes are fantastic and something really worth watching. I knew nothing about this movie putting it on, which sometimes is a blessing, sometimes isn't. This time it kind of led me on a path where I thought the movie was going to go, and then 10 minutes in, it begins with an action set piece that is jaw-dropping as these waves of Triad try to attack his gang, which I thought was going to be later on in the movie, but they do it early on. There is terrific fight scenes. They are kinetic, they are violent, they are exhausting. They take their toll on the people that we are seeing. These aren't fight scenes where people leave undamaged. They are scarred, they are bloody, they are out of breath, they are exhausted with the sheer exuberance of what they have just done. They are so much fun to watch. You know, it's similar to the Raid but not as polished as that, and they just go for it. And you've got to commend somebody that really just pictures what they want. They want to be an action movie with some kick-ass action scenes, and they knock it out the park in this movie. There is several standout scenes of fighting. I'm thinking when the Triads first attack the flat that has the gang in it, they just wave after wave, and then the girls that appear, they're just fantastic fight sequences. There's one at the end in a warehouse where Ito is facing what must be around 50 to 100 guys, and this fight was really fun. And you've got to appreciate the fact that the guys wait their turn to go and get their ass kicked. You know, they don't just swarm him as he comes in, they just kind of measure it out and then take their time. It's almost as if it's been choreographed. And the fight scenes are energetic, kinetic, violent, gory, bloody, everything that you could possibly want from one of these kind of movies. It does kind of chop and change from English to Indonesian, but they don't really spend too much time having much of a dialogue that's really important for you to watch. It's more about the action, it's more about the visceral sights that you are seeing, the blood, the guts, everything, and it is tremendous. I was hugely entertained by The Night Comes For Us. It's a movie that I have already recommended to several other people. Fans of The Raid, rejoice because you're getting another kick-ass action movie in the form of this Netflix original, which I'm really surprised that it came out as that, because it's really unlike anything I've seen them tackle before. It is pure unadulterated martial arts action, and I'm kind of grateful for that. I think this movie was really pretty enjoyable. I loved it a lot. It's, like I said, it's one that I've recommended to several people. I would love to know your guys' opinion on the movie if you've watched it. If you haven't, and you like action movies, you like bloody kick-ass martial arts movies, you really got to check this one out. I think you'll like it. And let me know in the comment box, as always, your guys' thoughts, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. We'll have a discussion, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.